Hey, good morning. Yes, it is. It is Wednesday, June 11th of 2025. So, what are we going to talk about today? So, I thought we'd do a continuation of yesterday because it's a big topic, and you can't go into it lightly. And if you're going to go into it, I want you to go into it with the right mindset that it's not going to be a cakewalk. So, stay tuned. Alrighty, welcome back to the channel. My name is Eric, and yes, this is the weekday, Monday through Friday. Today is Wednesday, excuse me, hump day, the 11th of June. So we're going to do a continuation of yesterday, but to recap yesterday, basically I said don't even try it. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm saying that you need to have all your ducks in a row. And in actuality, you're not going to have all your ducks in a row. No business startup is perfect. I'm telling you right now. You're going to make a number of blunders, and the ones that learn from those blunders will be better for it. And that's the best way to describe business is, are you the type of person that learns from your mistakes, or do you do a lot of do-overs? And as Jason, I love the way you put it, is do stuff on the side. Do stuff, your own stuff, your relative stuff. Do a little bit of nights and weekends. And when you get to the point of where you don't have hardly any do-overs, you might be at that point where you can look at doing it full time. But if you're still having family and friends pissed off because it's still not running right, you're not ready yet. Because when you step into that throne of needing a paycheck, it changes dynamics, right? Before, it's extra slush money, and if it does come back, you can putter at it. But I look at the shop as a negative connotation to having to do a do-over. That means we missed something. Are we going to be 100% spot on? Absolutely not. Nobody is. But you damn well better be close to it when you're running a shop. And it's not just about having, the machine right when it leaves. It's also the relationships that you develop with the customers. Now, they both have to be on point. And what do I mean by that? I mean that the relationship you have with a customer is invaluable. It's priceless, all right? And that relationship needs to be of mutual respect. And this is where it's going to vary from one shop owner to the next. But with me, I just do. I don't even think about it. I want to know more about that customer. I want to make that customer a friend. And I want to do the best by him. Because I've always followed the motto in my own shop is do unto others as you would hope people would do unto you. Not as how they will do unto you, it's how you would hope to be treated, right? And that's how I approach every customer, every job. And that is, if that was my machine, would I be willing to put the money into it? And I can tell you that my bar is lower than the customer usually. And that's a good thing. Because I'm thinking for the customer, and if I'm starting to get to that my own bar, I'm calling them saying, what do you want to do? Now, if it's below my bar, I don't even bother. I go ahead and just get it fixed. And the first call they'll get is, it's all ready. We're going to be dropping it off. This is what we found. This is what we may need to look at down the road. We have, Claude and I laugh about this, but we have a number of customers that every year they're going to get a new one. But could we see if we could get one more year out of their old mower? And some of them are POSs, pieces of crap. But yet we're able to get them one more season. And And they laugh with us, that, haha, we got one more season out of that old piece of crap mower. And those customers aren't trying to impress other people. I mean, if somebody drove by and saw it in their front yard, they would think it was there for scrap dealers to pick up. That's how bad. But Claude works his magic and gets them another year out of their old POSs. But that's the mindset you have to have as a shop owner, is you want to do best by your customer. The biggest thing that you're going to fail at is if you think of the shop and the finances first before you think of the customers and doing as close to a perfect job as possible, you're going to fail. Because you're going to choose that almighty dollar before the customers and their needs. And the biggest thing when it comes to being in business is finding and solving a problem, finding a niche, like you said, Amos. If there's already 3 repair shops in the business, how are you going to be different than those 3? You have to set yourself apart from them. You don't want to be doing the same thing they're doing. Because if you do, those 3 will put you out of business. And what do I mean by that? I mean, they've already got a customer base. They've already got enough people coming in to pay the bills. And they must be doing something right if they're continuing to keep customers there. All right? Some shops don't do stuff that's outside of warranty. So a lot of times, if you see a bunch of mowers in their yards, tells me that either the person they have putting the mowers together isn't too smart, or they're doing a lot of warranty work on stuff that shouldn't be warranty. If that's what they're doing, is strictly warranty. And there are a number of bigger shops that do not want to touch out of warranty stuff because they don't want to have to chase the customer around. And most customers aren't willing to pay that $100 to $120 an hour. And that's the other thing, is your hourly rate. It's going to be based off location, right? If you're living in a city where rent is $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 a month, you're going to have a higher per hour income coming in to cover that housing, right? And everything else is going to cost more. Where you get out into our area, and you can still rent a place for $500 to $600. That's going to be the difference. If you're looking, and then when it comes to, as a business, trying to find a business location, there again, the closer you get to the city, the higher the costs are to get a commercial space to operate out of. Where up in our area, you can operate out of your garage, a storage building you have brought in, a lean-to you have put up, or a commercial spot in town. It's all up to you. So that has to go into the mix. It's just because someone is making $120 an hour, let's say down in Yonkers, New York, is not going to dictate someone in Richville, New York doing the same. You have different clientele, different medium incomes, right? And the cost to do business down there is a lot more than it does the cost to do business here. And the people here have a lower medium income. We see more riders than we do pushes, whereas you get closer to Yonkers, you're going to see more pushes. You see what I'm saying? So location is a valuable piece of asset to remember. When it comes to warranty, we ran into this with all the big names, and I would be talking to their warranty service manager about getting an account set up. This was years ago. We still had the accounts, and we still do work for them. But it's like you had to fill out this form, and every time that service manager from Briggs, Kohler, MTD, they would call me and say, Eric, is this a misprint? And I say, what's a misprint? Your hourly rate that you get. No. Well, you're less than half of what all the other shops are in that area. Okay. Do you want to raise that amount up? No. Because I've always approached the warranty service managers with the utmost honesty and respect. And when it comes to warranty work, I am not in the customer's corner nor the manufacturer's corner. I call them as I see them. And I've always been taught honesty is the best policy when it comes to doing things. And when it comes to doing things, what I can tell you is, because I have people ask me, should I get set up with the warranty companies first before I even open the doors? And the answer is, that's up to you. That's totally up to you. We did it after we started. And I did it so that I could help out customers. But what I found once I got into it was 90 to 95% of the stuff that came in that the customer was saying should be warranty was not warranty. And I had to read and reread and reread each company's warranty policy. And I'll be honest with you, if it was a warranty issue, I would fight for my customer. If it wasn't a warranty issue, I had to explain to my customer, sorry, we can't help you with this. This is coming out of your pocket. You can't hit a piece of pipe in your yard and then expect MTD to cover your Cub Cadet to cover your warranty on a bent deck. It's not going to happen. I know a lot of shops do. And I know I've told you this on this channel before. We've had manufacturers, the service managers say, Eric, go ahead and put it through. Put down this code, put it through. And I'm like, are you sure? And they said, yes, go ahead. And most times when they did that, it's because the customer got told it's not warranty. So they rushed to the 1-800 number to complain about us and our business of not willing to do warranty on their equipment and blame it on them. Well, if you hit a friggin' pipe, it's on you. But I always told the service managers, you shouldn't back down, and I'm not backing down. If you want me to code it this way and fix it, I will. But you're not teaching that customer the right way to treat you and the right way to be treated. It spells it out. And the same thing goes for these extended warranty companies. If you decide to get hooked up with them. We thought about it, and then as I started reading it, I said, no, we're not doing this either. Because what ends up happening, and this is off on a tangent, and it's not related to starting a business, but it is in a way, because it's up to you to decide whether you want to become a extended warranty repair shop. But most of the extended warranties that are out there, especially the ones sold by Through Tractor Supply, run at the same time that the actual warranty on the machine is running. And if you read the fine print, it says we will only cover what the manufacturer will cover. All right, so why does the customer need to pay more money to have the same coverage that they already have through the manufacturer? But if you go in to buy a machine into the big box stores and they talk about the extended warranty, they say no matter what problem you have, just bring it back and we'll give you a new one. That's how easy it is. Or the shop will fix it for free. Those businesses are paying their employees a bonus for everyone they sign up for those extended warranties. They get a cut at the end of the month. So they're driven to push those extended warranties. Is it best for the customer? I don't think so. I don't think so at all. Even when I bought my newer truck, I didn't buy a brand spanking new one. I bought one that was a 2024 with 3,300 miles on it. And why did I buy that? Because the sticker price, the actual value of it, didn't drop when I signed on the dotted lines yesterday. And I carried over, is it 17 grand in equity? So total with the money down. So I'm in the blue on that truck. So, but they also offered the extended warranty there. And I said, what does the extended warranty cover? And basically the sales manager said, well, pretty much the same thing that Dodge covers. There you go. Why do I need it? No, nits. Move on. The biggest reason to start a business is not because you want to get rich. Let me say that again. The biggest reason not to start a business is to get rich. Yeah, I see so many of them try every year and fail miserably. You got to have something deep down to push you through. And making money for most of us isn't it. It's not it. You first got to find something that you enjoy doing and make it your job. And that way, every day is a good day, except for when the customer is not happy. But that goes back to, I forgot, and I want to just kind of bring that around because I think it's very important. You can have a good relationship with that customer and be friends, but if you have do-overs, it's going to put a damper on your friendship, right? So if you're having very many do-overs, you need to take a closer look and say, what is taking place? Why is that? And I don't care if you have to write down every step on a use Word document and write down every step that's involved in doing a service on that rider, that push mower, and then print out copies and have check boxes so that you physically have to check that box so you don't forget anything. Put it on a clipboard. Take it out, lay it on the machine. When you do this job, check box. When you do this job, check box. Did you check all the belts? Check. Did you check the pulleys? Yes, check. If you need to go to that point, then go to that point so that you're not forgetting something. Because it will leave a bad taste in your customer's mouth if you have a do-over. And a do-over is simply something that you've worked on and you've sent thinking it's 100% and it comes back. Because the customer is having the same problem. Are you going to have do-overs even in the best shops? Absolutely. But the best shops, they're very minimal. If you're still having a lot, you might have probably jumped in too quick if you have a shop yourself. But is it too late? No. Do a Word document or have a friend of yours create something that you can print out and go down through, or give to your mechanic. Check each one as you're doing it. And if you're a mechanic, if you're running a shop and you have a mechanic that doesn't feel the need to do that or to put out good quality work, get rid of them. And if that means firing yourself, fire yourself. And get somebody like Claude. But even Claude makes mistakes. We're all human. But you need to minimize them as much as possible. Going into business is not for the faint of heart. Are there going to be trials and tribulations? Yes, many. Is the ride going to feel like a roller coaster at times? Yes. But if you enjoy the ride, the journey from getting to where you want to be, you'll find a lot of enjoyment. If you're just focused on the end goal and when you get there, you're going to be let down because it wasn't what your expectations had built it up to be. So on that note, you guys have a great Wednesday. And we'll catch you here bright and early tomorrow morning for the weekday. Again, thanks so much for being part of the channel. Put in the comments what you think, if you have a shop, stuff that I'm missing that we should be talking about. It's not to scare you guys off that are thinking of it. It's to give you guys something to think about, to get your ducks in a row as much as possible before you pull the trigger. Enjoy your Wednesday.